Welcome to another episode of Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. Today you have Wayne and Tim. Sorry about it, fellas. We missed the last couple of games that were irritating. But it was a little late, and I ain't gonna hold you. I'm still getting over being sick last week. My body was a little weak. Yeah, admit it me. But the Sixers came home. They came back closer to home tonight. They're on in Brooklyn. They're wrapping up that road trip. So what was this road trip? So what was they on this road trip? 3-2.
They were 4-2. Well, not bad.
It was 4-2.
Yeah, they went. They started.
I thought they won the first two, right? And then they lost two, and then they just won the night.
No, I think I'm almost sure it's 4-2. I think that's.
Is it 4-2?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know it was a winning road trip. Since we wasn't on here, and we wasn't talking about the other games. The Sacramento game irritated me because that's a game that we should have won. And if Embiid played that game, we would have won. I could see the Sixers' reasoning was, okay, we'll have Embiid with Golden State game. Golden State rested, had like a week's worth of rest. Sixers was coming off a back-to-back, and they probably pay Embiid, with the size difference. But the Sixers just looked way too slow for Golden State. Golden State ran around and was hitting everything, and we just didn't seem like we could keep up with them. So that was the issue with the Golden State game. But the Sacramento game was a winnable game. Both, even without B playing, Paul George had a decent game, and Maxey had a good game, and both of them kind of folded down the stretch. We lost. They scored 15-0. They ended the game on a 15-0 run. Sacramento did to beat us in that game. We should have won that game.
Yeah.
And tonight, I know it's the Brooklyn Nets. I know Brooklyn has had a couple good games this season. They played some tough teams.
We played against that JV squad. This was just a warmer. This was just playing.
No, we did. It is what it is. But that being said, we did what we were supposed to do.
I agree with that.
Yabusele had an off night, 1 for 4. But Paul George, 17 points on 6 for 14. Paul George has looked a little more assertive in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Still not as much as we would expect from him. So maybe he is still getting over the injury. You know what I'm saying? It might be something where he's still trying to get his body into the flow of things, but he looked more assertive. Martin stepped up a little bit since he came off of the injured reserve.
I was going to talk about that. He definitely looks like he's rounding in shape with our team. I'm loving that about it.
Yeah, he went 7 to 8 tonight. Yeah, he was 7 to 8 tonight on 24 minutes, and he had 17 points. So B was 8 for 16. I do like what I've been seeing from Embiid in that B's been more physical since he's been the last few games he's played. He's still shooting his mid-range and his three. His three actually looked like it's been a little bit more consistent. But I'm seeing a lot of Embiid going into the paint, moving bodies and moving stuff around and making space out there. And if they continue to grow like that, I like what I see from them. And they've been doing this. Oubre hasn't even played the last couple games. I think Drummond was out for a couple games. He came back tonight. I still like what I see from Bona as a young buck. He's a natural shot blocker.
He's raw though. He's just real raw.
He's real raw. He is.
He needs to be down in the G League developing still.
Yeah. But Maxey, and I ain't mad at Maxey. That Golden State game, Maxey looked like he a little bit shy. We talk about Embiid sometimes looking out of shape and everything, and I'm not saying Maxey looks out of shape. But I think it's a difficult task for Maxey to be that guy, that 25, 30-point-a-game scorer on a regular basis, because it seems like every few games, it seems like he kind of loses legs a little bit, but then it's like he get like a quick breather and he right back at it.
Well, I don't like the 42 minutes they playing him a game, and then when you're not playing with B, like B helps his game so much. It opens Max's game so much. Being that guy without B, you're gonna see the struggle. But with B, he can be that guy, but he needs that complimentary piece of B because he gets them open like a lot.
So which one is the complimentary piece then? If you're saying B gets some more open, is B the complimentary piece or is Maxey the complimentary piece?
B's the complimentary piece.
I don't know. I think B gets it. B's gonna get his whether Maxey in there or not.
Yeah, but B is more. It's weird. It's weird because one is most important. One is more valuable than the other one, but one is like more important than the other. It's weird how it is. Like
Well, which one is more valuable and which one is more important?
You need Embiid. Embiid is like it's kind of like that piece in the middle that just kind of helps everybody else out.
So which one is more valuable?
But you're not.
I answered.
I'm just saying you need Embiid there, but you can't win. He can't be your focal point, but he got to be because you can't. We already proved that.
Embiid being your focal point is what opens it up for Maxey to not have to play for Maxey and Paul George and all the rest of them.
Embiid.
I agree with. I understand the whole thing about the bad part is Embiid is always hurt, and you got to deal with him missing and everything else. But when Embiid is on the court, Embiid gravitational pull, we got to get past the part of when we don't like Embiid. And I'm not saying you in particular. I'm just saying in general. It's a lot of people that don't like Embiid. You don't like his personality. You don't like that.
We need him. I'm.
But his gravitational pull, Embiid is a top 5 player in this league when he's on his game. And that gravitational pull opens up everything.
I agree that he opens up everything. But he's not the person who's going to do all of the necessary things to get you to the next level. He's not going to catapult you to the next level. You need a person you need that closer, you need that killer. He's not that killer.
Well, where was that closer and killer at on against Sacramento?
He doesn't. Who was B there?
B wasn't playing. It was Maxey and Paul George was there, and we
talking about.
And we got outscored 15-0 down the stretch,
and that's
lost
the point
that game.
I'm making. You need B to be there, but B just can't. Yeah, Embiid should be the finisher. Embiid's not a finisher. That's the problem.
He is a finisher, though.
He's not a finisher. Joel is not a finisher.
Listen, I get what you're saying, and I get what you're. But see, when Embiid down the stretch, no matter what, Embiid is going to draw attention. That's when those other guys can make their shots and everything else.
But as far as finishing the ball, as far as like a closeout game, like let's say he's averaging 30 points a game. All year long, he's been averaging 30 points a game. But a closeout game, we need just a little bit extra, somebody that's take us to a whole another level. We're not going to get that in Joel Embiid. We will get that. We may get that 30. Or we may not, but he's going to be there. But to take us and just like put us on his back and carry us to the next level, that's not what he is. And that's fine. As long as we know that that's not what he is, now we got to use the other players. Now we got to
he's more of that player than anybody else on this roster.
What he is he's a good, dominant player and needed. Hear me out. He's needed for the squad. But to take us to the next level, he's not going to take us and carry us to the next level. That's not him. That's not to say what he does is not valuable and important, because it is. He's just not going to take us to the next level.
I understand I hear what you're saying, but it also does make a difference on what other people on the team too. That's why the whole point was to get other guys around Embiid, whereas though down the stretch when they're double teaming Embiid and they're throwing all these traps at him and trying to get him to turn the ball over, that he can kick it out and you have somebody reliable that's going to hit open shots.
I get that. I seen Joker. And I've seen what he's been able to do and take his game to a whole nother level where he becomes completely unstoppable, unguardable.
You saying that you do know that Joker's had Jamal Murray whenever they was winning and stuff like that. Jamal Murray was dropping 50-point games.
But there was times when Joel wasn't dropping. I mean, yeah, that Jamal Murray wasn't dropping 50-point games, and Joel and
Jamal Murray won a lot of big games for them. And I'm not taking nothing from Joker. Joker's the best player on that team. Possibly the best player in the league, at least offensively.
Yeah.
However, don't act like they didn't have a roster full of guys that made a lot of big plays. Joker did step up and play big, but they also had a lot of guys step up and make big shots and big plays for them.
I'm not taking shots at Joel. He's needed. That's what I'm saying. It's not okay. Let's get away from Joel. What I'm saying is he's needed, but as far as our closer, he's just not that person. And as long as we can accept that and just find the right people that can be our closer, that can take us to the next level, then we're good. We just can't depend on Joel to do that.
Why do you say he's not the closer? I mean, he hits free throws, right? When he's fouled and stuff, he hit free throws down the stretch.
Joel makes free
and most of the time he's doubled and triple teamed down the stretch. And that's why, like I said, that's when you have to have them games where these other guys, these And I'm not saying Embiid has always played great down the stretch.
He
Embiid has
hasn't.
forced. He's done. I think Embiid's biggest problem was him trying to force things at certain points, like when it's like he feel like he got to do it himself, and or he's looking to be the hero. He has to be able to be comfortable enough with the other guys to give them the ball and let them do that. And I think he's at that point. But these other guys got to step up and make them plays too.
Yeah, but as far as if we want him to carry us, like with sometimes if none of the guys is doing anything, but we know that we could depend on him. Give us if he's not going to give us a 20 rebound day. One day we might need 20 rebounds. He's not going to give us those 20 rebounds. He's going to be consistent. He's going to give them 11, 12, maybe 13. He's not going to have we need 12 assists. We need them to create for others. That's not going to be him. We need him to score 50 when he usually scoring 30 in a closeout game when everything is on the line. That's not going to be him. We know that. So now we got to ask ourselves, we got to get the right people around him. That so when that happens, when we do need that person to go the extra mile, we got that. But to say that Joel's going to be that guy, that's not realistic. Bernard McCoy,
I don't think that is.
You.
Go ahead. Read
you
that.
said Maxey would be a better closer if
Nick Nurse.
Oh, Nick Nurse stops playing him the full 12 minutes of the third quarter when B does not play. No gas without beat at the end. That's a solid point.
Well, the funny thing is he's actually been playing Embiid like the first quarter and the third quarter in total. The last couple, this game they didn't need it, but the other games, like he's actually started playing Embiid like the whole first quarter and then the whole third quarter, and then he comes in like 6 minutes left in the fourth.
And I hate that because that's how he got hurt last time. It was like you playing him all of these minutes. Like, why you keep doing it? That's his rotation is horrible. Here's the thing: Toronto, before he left, they literally had talking about some of the issues that they had with Nurses that he ran his players to the ground. That was what they said.
I ain't trying to hear nothing about a 23-year, 24-year-old player being run into the ground.
You don't understand.
Maxey, I agree, X-Man. Maxey is 24 years old. I don't want to hear about him being gassed about playing 38 minutes a game.
He playing on 42, and there's still a lot of. If everybody else not playing, and he's working his body all summer long. The season is long. They're going.
Now the season long, but if Embiid not running up and down the court like y'all want, he out of shape. He got to be in better shape. He this, that. His conditioning. But here you telling me about Maxey, a 24-year-old, being tired that he can't run 38, 40 minutes a game?
Yeah, because they played. You saw what happened with Sacramento. Sacramento game, he was sharp, but the next day they had to play Golden State. You got to play another 38 minutes, and that team that he's playing was off for a week. I mean,
you know what I saw in that Sacramento game? I saw in the Sacramento game down the stretch, they started double teaming him the same way they do Embiid, and he had like 2 crucial turnovers early in the fourth quarter. Him and Paul George. Had
Joel been able to play, that might not would have happened because which going to help them. No high screens, being able to Joel get the ball and pass it to Maxey makes it easy. It makes it easier for Maxey, and that's what I'm saying. When he doesn't play, it's not as easy.
X-Man said Brunson, SGA, Mikal Bridges playing 37, 39 minutes a night, and Merkin fool. Stop making excuses, Tim.
Okay, but this is what January. Let's see how they are feeling. Everybody knows their coach.
Well, we already know Brunson runs a bunch of minutes all the time. Brunson was running like the AI type minutes.
It's not sustainable in the long run. That's why his teams usually collapses. They usually collapse come playoff time. When they making them deep runs, they're tired. Their bodies are physically worn down. It's too much.
We don't make the same excuses for Embiid, though. But when it's Embiid, he's out of shape. But now, when these younger guys and smaller guys can't do it, it's unacceptable. It's hard to question.
I don't say that at all. But I didn't really get a chance to sit there and talk about the game itself. I will say, go ahead. I thought Paul George was looking great. Caleb Martin looking good. And, by the way, they did start their first win on the road started in Boston. So they started.
Okay.
So that Boston trip was the first game.
So it was Boston. So what they played? Boston and Utah, right?
Yeah, they started out with Boston, then Utah, then Portland, and then they lost to Sacramento.
Okay, and they beat Portland. Okay, so they won the first 3 on the road trip.
And then they lost to and they actually should have went 5-1. So that's pretty solid. That Sacramento game we should have lost. Oh yeah, somebody commented on one of our videos talking about something. When they lose, he noticed that we don't come on. Man, the games were on the West Coast.
Not the case.
No, I'm like the games were on the West Coast. We tired, half was on vacation. I just couldn't hang. I'm just gonna be real. So no, it was no excuse. If we win or lose, I'm gonna come on. I was tired. That's all the only reason why I didn't come. I was asleep. Come fourth quarter, it was night time for me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. I was off for work for like a week and a half and got sick that whole time. So I'm talking about I was like on my deathbed. I could control body fluids and nothing else. So I was down. So I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm still in recoup mode. So I was trying to stay up and do the. I actually wanted to go on after the Golden State game, but the Sixers got blown. It got so ugly so early. I was like, man, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. But the Nets was now half that team. They have Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Ben Simmons didn't play. Their whole squad was down. But so this game, Ben Simmons thing. The game ended the way it's supposed to end as a route. So we did a good job.
Hey, Charlie, you don't even know, bro. Listen, we was about to do a vacation. We go down Ocean City, Maryland sometimes, like during the holiday. We go down there. It's a lot of our friends and stuff go down there. And my plan was to go down there, but then me and the wife talked about it. I was like, because my anniversary is on the 21st. So we went out. We celebrated our anniversary. And then I came back, and the next day, I was feeling weak. And then next thing you know, my whole family, my wife, my kids, everybody in this house was sick. That was all for the. I'm glad I didn't book the vacation because I'd have been down there miserable. I wouldn't even have left the room. Honestly, it was that bad. I blame the drones. Whatever they had in them drones,
it knocked all y'all out.
Whatever they had in them drones, I need to find out what it is that everybody getting. Because I heard a couple other people had similar stuff. I need to find out what it is and find out which big pharma companies won't come up with the fake vaccine for it, I can invest in it. You know how they do.
The boy Caleb Martin, though, shooting percentage, he was 7 of 8. He was sharp. He was just hitting everything. So I'm like, I want to see us play some good squads. Now we played a lot of bad teams, so we outside of Boston. Then I want to see is how we're going to react because I think we played Washington on Wednesday. I forget who we play on Monday. But we play a lot of bad teams. Now I want to see what it's like to play some good teams and see how we are.
Listen, I'm fine with playing some bad teams to build up some of these wins now.
No, I agree with that, but at the same time, you want to see some competitive. I want to see the Knicks. I want to see the Bucks. I want to see what we do against. Did
you see the Knicks blow that game last night?
They did.
They blew that. Yo, OKC, people got to stop underrating OKC, bro.
Talent in that squad, man.
OKC, but this is what I was telling people for the last couple of years. OKC has been stacking themselves with draft picks and picking good players.
Yep,
like they've really been sacking it up. And SGA is boy. I agree, X-Man. SGA is that boy. If he was a FBA, Foundational Black American, he'd probably be the face of the league right now. But you need Canadian, so you know.
Here's what I will say. Doc Rivers, he cracked me up because he was like, he had SGA with the Clippers, and Kawhi really wanted Paul George to come to play with him at the Clippers. And Doc was like, listen, this young boy can play. We don't really need to trade for him, trade for Paul George. But Kawhi was so insistent on getting Paul George. He wanted another superstar with him if he was going to come play with the Clippers. Had he right now SGA with the Clippers along with Kawhi when he plays,
he wouldn't have developed as well with Doc. Doc would have had him down in the D. Doc would have had him in the G League or something.
He would have still developed. You can't. If you're a star.
Doc like retarding these young guys' growth.
That's just hate.
That's what he did with Maxey.
That's just hate. He did not do with Maxey. Maxey been developed. He been consistently getting better.
Not under Doc. Doc sent him to the G League.
But he never went to no G League with us, Maxey.
Why didn't he? Yes, he did.
When did Maxey go to the G League? Show me.
No. He should have went to the G League. No, Doc just set him on a bench and ain't play him at all.
Show me when he sent him to the G League.
He did. He should have sent him to the G League. He did. He sat him on the bench and ain't play him and ain't tell him why he wasn't getting no burn.
He sat on for a week. You know how many rookies sat for a week?
He didn't need to
Tell
sit
me.
for a week.
I'll show you.
No, Charlie, he didn't go to the G League. That's my mistake. I was arguing that he should have went to the G League because Doc put him on the bench and wasn't giving him burn in the game. And
He sat him for a week.
You got this young guy with talent, develop him and let him play. Doc told him don't shoot the midi no more and everything else.
Oh,
now Maxey got to relearn the midi.
On the man.
No, Doc told him stop shooting the midi.
That's not what he said. He said shoot more than a floater. And he said get down. And that's what he said. It was not about no midi. He was like, stop.
So he told me stop shooting the floater. The floater's a prime shot in the game.
No, he said do more. He wanted them to do more.
Exactly. It was a whole 2 weeks he had Maxey sitting on the bench. And Maxey ain't even know why he was on the bench.
So you're saying 2 weeks out of what? 2 weeks out of a whole year? And you're gonna say that retarded his entire growth.
It did. He told him to stop shooting certain shots. He told him to stop shooting the floater, all that other stuff. First of all,
he was writing to Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell was pretty much his coach. And him and Sam worked real hard to work on with.
Oh, so Sam Cassell helped him to grow, not Doc.
That's part of his. That's his team. That's his coaching staff. He's a hater. You just want to hate. You just want to hate just to hate. Let me see what. That's all. Wayne,
appreciate it again, Bernard.
Oh, yeah,
Wayne, I'm shocked that you being 24 means nothing. The Sixers are one of the fourth oldest teams in the NBA. Less energy spent with a younger team. No, I don't think being 24 means nothing. You got 24-year-old. You got a lot of times guys, the young guys. You should be the one providing the energy.
Man, we the fourth. I didn't even know we were the fourth oldest team.
Oh, we definitely old. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, when we talk about being a fourth oldest team, you got to remember we got guys like Reggie Jackson, Eric Gordon, and Kyle Lowry who don't play a lot of minutes that make our roster old.
Yeah, they raise our age.
So it's not like they getting a whole bunch of minutes like that.
He said, "Tell him never his brother-in-law." So
no, but I mean, and listen, I'm not saying this to rip Maxey. I still like Maxey, and I still think Maxey can get better. Sometimes I just feel like Maxey don't got that killer mindset enough for me. Maxey's a highly talented player. Maxey works on his game. Maxey gets better every year. I'm not ripping nothing about Maxey's game. Maxey's defense has gotten better this year. Maxey looks like he's gotten a little stronger. That being said, I want Maxey to be our closer down the stretch. I want Maxey to be that guy for us.
He is. He is.
He don't show me enough consistency being that guy, though.
Oh, no. We know who's most inconsistent. And that's why he can't be it no longer. Like, we tried it with Joel for the last 9 years. Didn't work. So now Maxey is officially the closer.
Well, how about you try Joel with good talent around him? Not with guys like
he had Harden. We gave him a lot of time. We had Jimmy Butler. He had Harden. He had
the Jimmy Butler game. To me, the Jimmy Butler team was the best chance they had. But the problem was you had the goofy coach, Brett Brown, that Joel Embiid and Elton Brand spoke up for.
It's always everybody's excuse, somebody else's excuse besides Joel. So it's never.
You like to rip Joel Embiid for that Atlanta series. But Embiid averaged like 30 and 12 in that Atlanta series.
We saw the games. We
saw who it was. We saw Ben Simmons run.
No, we saw Joel not do. He's going to turn the ball over 8 times in a quarter in a game. So we
saw Ben run. Dartmouth. I actually like McCain. I think McCain was a pleasant surprise.
I'll trade him. I'll trade him in a heartbeat. We can get something for him.
For who?
Jared McCain.
Trade Jared McCain for who?
We need height. We need somebody that's athletic, somebody that's tall. This 6'6".
See this is my thing. I'm not opposed to trading Jared McCain, but sometimes when you have a player on your team that's not afraid of the moment, and to me, Jared McCain looks like a player that's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid to shoot. Even if he's off and he's missing, he's still going to shoot that shot. He's still going to play aggressive and everything else. To me, you can't necessarily teach that. I'm still willing to trade Jared McCain if you're going to make the team better. But I'm not just so willing to just be like, oh, Jared McCain is this piece we can get rid of. You still need a bench. And if he's just 6th man coming off, the way that he plays. I like the way Jared McCain plays.
I don't mind. I think he's a talent, and I think he's valuable. I just think that for him on our team, it just don't work because right now there's a lot of mismatches when it comes to height. We're not a tall team. If you have Max in your backcourt, you cannot have another somebody that's as tall as him or shorter. You can't. That does not work when you're going against the Boston. They got
when that kind of stuff can work. You know when how. So Boston don't run Pritchard out there a lot.
But they also got everybody else around them is 6'8", 6'9", 6'7".
I honestly think that for real against Boston, we did better with smaller lineups because Boston is such a 3-point heavy shooting team. You need guys that can scramble around and get out and contest some shots.
No, you need somebody who can put a hand in there, put a hand up, and actually make somebody's shot more difficult. We don't have that. They just shooting over our guys. Taylor 6'8", 6'9".
Did Boston shoot over us last time we played them? We only played them one time this year.
Yes, it did. Boston in the 7-game series will just shoot over us.
This year, when we faced Boston.
No, I'm saying Pritchard. You're talking about one game. Pritchard is going to. Okay. The reason why they're playing Pritchard is because it's a long season. They understand the big picture. They're going to give him 20, 25 minutes. Best to believe, come playoff time, those rotations are going to get shorter. And you're going to have Derek White and Drew Holiday in the backcourt. That's going to be playing the bulk of the minutes. And you're going to have Tatum and you're going to have Jaylen Brown that's going to be playing the bulk of the minutes. They are going to be that rotation. All of them is 6'4" and above. Now you see
my thing. You keep talking about. I don't care. It's Toby was 6'7", 6'8", whatever Toby was, and he was a chump. Give me players with heart that's going to play. Give me players with heart that's going to play. I'm not opposed to trading McCain. However, you still need a player coming off the bench. You still need that six man coming off the bench that can light it up.
It's not that's either what you need. Or. It's not either or. You can have both. You want somebody who's not scared of the moment, and you also want somebody tall. Everybody else has them. Why can't we find them? Why is it that every other team? Look at OKC.
Every other team.
All these OKC got these tall players, shooters, and athletic players.
And who's their best player?
What you mean? OKC?
Mm-hmm.
You know who they? SGA is their best player. Yes, but they still got the board with Jalen Williams. They got all these other dominant players on that squad that can shoot, that are tall. We can't have 2 6-footers in the backcourt. It's not going to work.
Cleveland might have the best record in the league right now, and they got it.
Cleveland also got a big front line. 6'9".
Okay, and wait.
They got a 7'1". First of all, the players that you're talking about are not comparable to who we have.
Okay. Wait. Finish talking what you're about to say. So what do they have in the front line?
A 7'1" power forward.
And don't we got Joel? And we got Joel Embiid at 7'2".
No, but they got a 7'1" power forward.
Okay, and how tall is their center?
6'9", 6'10".
And Paul George is 6'9". Paul George 6'9".
But an athletic freak boy, Jared Allen. That's what they got.
And Paul George is 6'9".
He is. So you saying he's not playing center?
Who? He don't have to. Joel Embiid is playing center. This is what I'm saying. I will give Nick Nurse this. I still think Nick Nurse is trying to fill out the rosters. I like when he runs rosters, when he runs lineups out there with Joel Embiid and with Yabu or Joel Embiid and Drummond. We had a little bit with Joel Embiid and Drummond in there for a little bit. I'm cool with them running some of them lineups sometimes. Hey, X-Man, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I understand. I do understand what Tim is saying. And that's why I'm saying I'm not opposed to trading. I'm not opposed to trading McCain. However, I do think that McCain is a player in this league. I think McCain can average 14, 15, 16 points a game.
He's not a player for us if we're trying to win a championship. He can't be a focal point. Because
we're not asking him to be a focal point. Your focal point is supposed to be Embiid, Maxey, and Paul George. All the rest of the guys are supposed to fill in a role.
That doesn't work for us. Not for us to be successful. If you want, you can't just rely on Maxey at 6'1", and then you want to bring another 6'1" dude in there. That just it makes
Well,
no
then
sense
don't
to
then
play them
don't hype
together.
Maxey. Then don't hype Maxey as being your guy at 6'1". If you tell me that he's not good enough, hey, look, Tim got kicked off the podcast by his own computer. See, this is my thing, and listen, I'm down to bring Jimmy back. If you're gonna bring Jimmy back, you would probably have to make trades. You would probably have to trade a future draft pick and KJ Martin would definitely have to be in that package because that's why they actually have his contract to make that kind of move. Um, I would be fine with bringing Jimmy back. Um, you might also have to trade Oubre just because of the money, because his contract is so cap friendly. You might have to trade him, but if you give me Jimmy and PG and Embiid and Maxey, I'll take a shot with that. Yeah, you only gonna have like a closed window, like a year or two. But um um but you already know Miami is gonna try to hose you to give up Jimmy. Um it's kind of corny. Paul, what's his name? Is kind of corny how he playing that. Um I hate when and I get it, the team's got to do what they got to do, but all of a sudden now everybody going at Jimmy, talking about, oh, Jimmy doing stuff the wrong way, this, that, and other. Jimmy saying he want to play somewhere else. My thing is, Pat Riley, if you got so much of an issue with Jimmy and everything else, Pat Riley can say all he want, but without Jimmy Butler on that team the past 4 or 5 years, Miami would not be relevant because Miami hasn't done nothing great during the regular season, and it's only because playoff Jimmy shows up and balls out that they're even to mention on anything. Jimmy's the only reason they made two championship series. And all due respect to Bam, but let's keep it a beam. Jimmy carried them teams to final appearances. And yeah, the Sixers got a lot of young guys on the team that need to develop. I like Bona. Bona got to develop more of his skill. I just I I just think McCain, in my opinion, McCain is more of a finished product than some of these other guys we got. I think Jared McCain is a more of a finished product than Ricky Council, than who the other guy that come with the braids that came up from the G League that was playing. Um, I I I just think that Jared McCain is more of a finished product and that he can be a bigger impact in the games, even going into the playoffs. You back, Jim? You back, Tim?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. So what about Jimmy? I keep hearing seeing people talking about Jimmy Butler. Any interest?
I am, depending on what we gotta give up for him.
I mean, Pat, they on the rocks right now.
It
Because
don't
Jimmy,
matter. Pat still is going to get what he's going to get for that. Pat Riley will sit and rock with Jimmy on the roster before he just give him up for nothing.
yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be at his own disadvantage right now because Jimmy can opt out. If I'm not mistaken, he can opt out his contract this year at the end of the year. So, do you want him to just walk away with nothing? I mean, and not play him because right now he's sitting on for 7 games. See, these GMs, they be getting on my nerves. Now they want to play daddy. Now
Yeah,
they want to be like he owns Jimmy. And don't
yeah,
get me, Jimmy's a difficult player. He's a difficult person to be around. I mean, that's just his personality. But he's claiming that Jimmy is not giving his all, and they treat people like they're not human, like they just robots. Like,
See, this is my thing with them saying that about Jimmy. You say what you want about Jimmy, but without Jimmy Butler, as much as he wasn't playing in the regular season, they not going to 2 final appearances in this past, what was it, 5, 6 years
yeah,
without Jimmy. Without playoff Jimmy coming in and taking over the way that he did, there's no way you was beating Boston when you got there. And I give Bam credit. Bam is nice. Tyler Hero gets hot and does some things. Without Jimmy, they not sniffing out of the first round on Miami. So
that's
Pat
true.
probably could say whatever he want, talking all this, like he's bigger than the team and everything. Oh, that's fine. Then trade him. Let him walk. Y'all
Yeah,
won't sniff this second round without Jimmy.
Charlie M. The reason why he opted out of $50 million because he wants a brand new deal. He wants to get in there. He wants to go get a contract, maybe a 3-year. Because right now he's 35. Give him a 3-year, $150 million deal. So yeah, I'm gonna opt out that $50 million so I can get a 3-year, $150 million deal. That's what he's trying to do. He wants a new. That's how it all got started. Jimmy said he wants a new deal with the Heat, and the reply from Pat Riley was, "We got to see what you're looking like, and we're going to make sure that you're going to play every game." He wants to play every game. He don't want to be like that Embiid type, just play when he want to play. So that's kind of where they are, and that's how they're going back and forth now. They're angry with one another.
Nah, but Pat Riley was disrespectful to my son. Just shut up if you're not on the court. Like, come on, like who was you talking to, bro?
That's how Pat Riley started last year.
Yeah, like, who you talking to, bro? That's a grown man. You telling him to shut up if he not. Why you gotta shut up? I'm not even mad at Jimmy if he's saying if I was on the court, it wouldn't be none of that. When Jimmy was on the court, he sat him down. He sat Boston down when he was on the court. So yes, Jimmy. See, I don't have a problem with a guy talking that talk if they've backed it up when they play.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at Jimmy talking this talk.
Well, they said Jimmy looking for a max bread. Yeah, okay, X-Men. We just gave Paul George a max bread at 34. So
you telling me you don't think somebody will give Jimmy that money? You don't think somebody will give Jimmy that money? I guarantee you somebody like Dallas, if Dallas found a way to make that deal, I bet you Dallas will make that deal for him.
Oh yeah.
I bet you Dallas mess around and give up one or two of them young boys too. Have Jimmy and I'm not gonna say Jimmy don't deserve that kind of money. What I've seen Jimmy Butler do in the playoffs, Paul George, we talk about playoff P and all that. Jimmy playoff Jimmy is different. Playoff Jimmy has been different this in his career.
Yeah, I'm a screen capture. Charlie Emmons said nobody's going to give him that kind of money. You like, oh, somebody did. It only take one player. It only take one organization.
Dallas bring in Jimmy, they might sniff the championship. Wasn't Dallas just in the championship last year?
Yeah, they might win it.
Okay.
All right. Before we get out of here, though, who's your NFL MVP? Because everybody's saying Josh Allen got it wrapped up, but Lamar Jackson numbers, I'm looking at them. They look better than last year's numbers when he won the MVP. He finished with 41 touchdowns, 1,000, almost 900 yards rushing.
Only reason I would lean toward Josh Allen is because Lamar got what's his name as his running back. He got that monster at running back. I think he has less help. But I'm not mad at giving it to Lamar either.
41 touchdowns.
Now Lamar balling out. Lamar is balling out. But I can understand the reason if somebody says they want to give it to Josh Allen because Josh Allen has had less help than Lamar has this year. No. I hear you. But when you talk about most valuable player, I don't think that Josh Allen is necessarily a better player than Lamar. But to me, most valuable player means they meant that much more to their team. If you got Derrick Henry and an adequate quarterback over there, you still going to win some games over there. If you just put an adequate quarterback in Josh Allen's spot, they not sniffing playoffs. They getting smoked.
All right, but I'm just looking. Josh Allen finished with 3,700 yards. Lamar got 4,100 yards. Josh Allen had 28 touchdowns. Lamar got 41 touchdowns. Josh Allen got 6 interceptions. Lamar got 4. And Josh Allen's quarterback rating for the year was 101.4. Lamar's is 119.6.
No, Lamar has had the better numbers. He's had the better season. But to me, when I talk about MVP, which player would be missed the most? This is just that's the whole problem is they don't define what they're saying with MVP. They don't say best player in the league. You say MVP. My thing is, if you're talking about a player, if you remove Josh Allen from that Buffalo team, they're trash. If you remove Lamar from Baltimore,
they trash too.
They still not with Derrick Henry. We saw what Derrick Henry did when he was with the Titans. You still going to have a chance to win games.
I mean, And then I'm looking at
come on, bro. Come on. You know good. Lamar's had a better year though, so I do think Lamar deserves it. But when you talk about most valuable player, I think if you were to remove them from that team,
all right, here's the biggest one. I think somebody who said PA Assassin. This is a good point. Buffalo's in the AFC East. They had Miami was 8-8, the Jets, which was 4-12, and New England, which was 3-13.
That's true.
That was the weakest.
But that's what that ain't stop us from giving Tom Brady MVPs when he was playing in that same division.
In that division, they went undefeated in their conference, in their division.
And
undefeated.
He should, right?
Baltimore they had the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals in their joint.
The Bengals was trash. The Bengals defense was trash.
But their offense is dominant. And you still got
but Lamar don't go against their offense.
But he still got to beat. He still got to score more points, the most points at the end of the game.
Okay. I mean, I think Lamar deserves to be MVP. I'm just saying I can understand the argument for Josh Allen because it's less talent on that team.
That's what I'm saying. If I was a voter, it's hands down to me. I'm giving it to Lamar. And
I'll probably be ready to give it to Saquon, honestly, but.
If they have Saquon, if they allow Saquon.
Saquon carry Hurts. You know what I'm saying? Hurts tried to get a year right. Saquon came in and saved us.
If Saquon never dropped that ball, we'd be having home field throughout the home court.
Or if Hurts ain't throw that interception, just instead walk down.
No, if he catch the ball, or if Devontae catch the ball, we only have one loss.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
or if Hurts was do better in the first and third quarters and not go through quarters where he don't score.
We won them games. We won them games.
Why? No, but my thing is, then maybe if he'd have put up them points earlier, we wouldn't have to worry about a pass at the end of the game.
No, because we saw that their scripted plays is trash. Because we saw last week when they did the first 15, the offense looked exactly the same.
Okay.
But anyway,
offense put up a lot more points without Hurts in there, though.
No, they didn't. They got a pick six. So 7 of them points came up for a pick six, and they had 4 turnovers in the game. And we got short fields the whole night. Nice try. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Yo, get them likes up, y'all. If y'all on here, please get them likes up. We appreciate the love. We're gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Maybe if this is a good. It's like, no, we'll be on tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell.